Hello everyone, I'm Carolyn Clairvoyant and I want to welcome you to my channel. Thank you everybody for joining me for the October Tarotscopes, and I will go through and do each of the readings individually, and I'm keeping with the same formula that I used last month, which is giving you a chance to see how I work with the tarot. Of course, you're going to find this month is a stimulus month. It's one that's going to get you proactive and out there, and you're really looking towards change. Not only is this month beckoning new beginnings and transitions within your personal life and your professional life, it's heightening ways in which you can be successful within yourself, which is a very good positive, especially if you've been kind of meandering around and not really seeing any results in the past months. Some of us have been feeling like we're circumnavigating and doing the same things over and not accomplishing much because we've had quite a lot of planetary changes, but we're starting to see these all move forward now, so we've got some really great successes sitting ahead. Now, if you haven't caught up with my giveaway, I am giving away a free 1-year reading. This is something I did last year and I found it very, very popular. So I'm going to do exactly the same again. 2 people from my YouTube will have an opportunity of winning. So if you're part of my YouTube and a subscriber, 2 lucky winners will be coming there. And all you need to do is go and find my giveaway video, which I uploaded last week. And also I'm giving away 3 individual giveaways on my Facebook as well. So if you're part of Carolyn Clairvoyant's Facebook page or the Carolyn Clairvoyant Tarot Corner or my Carolyn Clairvoyant private group, which actually runs live feeds and readings, then you're in the draw as well. All you need to do is put your name down in that comments part. Not on this video, guys. Go and find the video that I actually released the other week and be able to put it down on there, and then you'll go into the draw. I want to thank you all very much for joining me. I hope that you have a momentous month. You've got a wonderful time ahead. This is going to be quite successful for each and every one of you in your own individual ways. You're coming out of where you have been. It's like the clouds have parted, the sun is shining. It's not only coming into a time of rejuvenation and wonderful changes, you're starting to see some of those beautiful plans that you anticipated happening at the beginning of the year or in the middle of the year now starting to manifest. And this should be just absolutely beautiful. I thank you so much. Please enjoy my individual Tarotscopes, which are about to follow. Thank you and cosmic hugs. Hello Pisces, welcome to your Tarotscopes for the time of October 2018. Okay, so here we go. We're going to check out the 5 aspects of your life, and we will then read the cards that are dropping out. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to look at the home and the family, or where you are within yourself right now, your career goals and aspirations, or the things that are important to you, finance, health and well-being, your relationships, and of course your influences that are around you, finances and so forth. Okay, so here we go. The first thing that you do have around you in connection with the home and the family. Look, you've got the Hangman sitting here. This tells you that you've been going through a time of change, but this has been long forming change. Everything went to a standstill, then it was okay, then it's back to a standstill, then it's okay. But Spirit's saying, well, hang on a minute, something needs to change here. And it could be a change in location, it could be a change in the dynamics of how the home and the family is run. Perhaps you're about to see what was in the planning stages starting to manifest and come together, but it's had its time of sacrifices. This means that you may have found that you've needed to wait. Okay, things are in the building stages. It wasn't really ready to take place or transform right instantaneously. Therefore, Spirit's showing here, well, come on, you know, you're at this stage now, but it's going to be a little bit more better. But you're also feeling a little bit like as if it's still in that holding pattern. You're being there and you're just waiting for that next stage or next area to open up. Now, this is good for those that are looking at buying, selling, or making renovations, because you could be finding, even though you've been going through that process, now you've got some alternatives sitting in front of you. You've got options. And for others, it just could be that you've had everything in a holding pattern for a period of time, and now these plans are ready to be activated. And once again, you've got better options sitting around you. So it should be a very productive time, but you're still kind of dragging your feet, which is not unusual for Pisces, because Pisces can be drawn into two different directions at any one time anyway. So you know that there is this chance for change, but whether or not you want to make it or not, maybe you need to open up or branch out those options a little bit better. This actually rules a time of Pisces itself, so you will be finding February and March being quite important to you, okay? So the plans and the goals are slow forming or there or on a hold, okay? But by about your birthday, they should be ready to pop into place. Now, your career goals and aspirations, you've got the death card. Now, the death card doesn't mean a physical death by someone passing, okay? Well, 99% of the time it doesn't, but it does tell you you're going through a beautiful big transformation with your career path and goals. So there may be changes which are meaning that your position or your enrollment in your area of career path or goals may be going through a transition that is meaning it's coming to an end. And that transformation could mean something new is going to be in its place. You might be looking for a new career path or a goal, and you might see that through October through to November, these opportunities happen when new positions are presented. Maybe there's a name change in the company. Maybe you find yourself looking at a different location altogether or a different career path. If this is something that you're looking at attempting, then it's going to be very supportive and quite lucrative for you during this period of time. You're closing shop, you're making change, you're ready, you're prepared. This is a new direction for you. Everything's fresh, and you're seeing it all generate the type of attention that you were hoping for, even though you may have thought, oh, I'm not too sure. You know, earlier in the year, if you were happy where you or not happy where your career path is, now you're definitely starting to see that there is a reason that these new areas have been implemented, and you can see this as being quite successful. So it's a new time, new era. For those that are looking for work, obviously, like I said, new work, new study, new involvements, and this is a time in which you will find yourself really coming through this feeling that you're ready to represent yourself to your career path or your goals with a whole new attitude as well. So it's going to be, it's well worth it. It's well worth closing that door. And sometimes it can be hard, especially for those that are going through retirement and something similar. You may be finding it hard to move on to that next level, but you've got so many wonderful skills and attributes to give. Perhaps this is, you know, that chance just to have a little bit of faith that Spirit's put you on that track for a particular reason. Okay, financially, you got the High Priestess in reverse. That means high drama on the high seas. Literally, Pisces, you are really going to be quite emotional about your money, about your belongings, about what you've earned. You may be finding yourself going through that sense of not being too sure. What do I do now? And especially if those changes are coming a little bit quicker than what you anticipated with your career goals and aspirations or changes in that home, there may be a few little emotions here. But Spirit indicates here, stop. Okay, don't get caught up in the hype. Stop worrying about the stock market. Stop worrying about other investments. Stop worrying about this and that, because it will sort itself out. But in the meantime, you're the one that's going to be finding yourself having sleepless nights and feeling a little bit restless and all over the place. Yet financially, there's going to be more than enough to get you through. You're going to be finding that money will start to resurface and accumulate better as the year progresses on, the next couple of months. But at the moment, you're just going to be in a little bit of a dither, trying to work out what am I going to do financially, and Spirit says, look, it's going to be okay. Step back, it'll be okay. Now, in connection with your health and betterment, well, we've got the Hierophant here, which rules Taurus, which is the lower jaw, rules in and around the second house, okay, the throat, and in and around the thyroid area, okay, and esophagus. So you may be finding yourself going through periods of time in which you're feeling a little bit hypertensive. You might be finding finding tension sitting around that lower jaw. You might be finding problems with the thyroid, okay, needing to go through tests or examinations. Perhaps you've got a little bit of reflux and things like this. Something's activating. You may need to just go through a bit of an elimination, try something new. This could be just getting the right advice, or you might be trying new things. Now, I love this because it's such a spiritual card, but it also means dealing with organizations and dealing with different companies or different areas of betterment and well-being, which can be of great assistance. And this could just be a dietary one. It could be a very non-profit organization that works best for you. But this is about get your betterment and well-being back into alignment, okay? Just could mean that you just found your spiritual yin or yin or yang or whatever they call it, zen, within yourself. Whatever it takes, there is going to be some important changes taking place for you that you really do need to look at. Okay, in connection with your relationship areas, you're on that sense of restlessness. This is, you know, the Knight of Wands. This is a Sagittarian card. It's all about travel, movement, change, but you're anxious. And part of you is restless. You're happy, but you're not completely satisfied. You're wanting stimulation, but you don't know how to achieve it. And therefore, you might be finding yourself planning all these goals and all these different things because you can see change sitting around, but you may not necessarily be saying to yourself, I can do it, or what happens if I get bored? So Spirit's saying here, well, listen, just because you're feeling a little bit spontaneous at the moment, you're all over the place, doesn't mean you have to make all these commitments at once. Just stick to the ones that you can do right now, and then the rest can fall into place if you still feel the same, you know, months down the line. But travel and movement and change definitely on the horizon at the moment. You might start seeing your partner in a whole different frame of mind too. You might be looking for this time in which you're both enjoying, just say if it's retirement, you're both enjoying each other's company because it's retirement. Maybe you've been hoping that things would move to another level, and maybe that's the opportunities around here. But like Spirit says, don't go thinking too far outside the circle. Just enjoy whatever's taking place in the present areas at the moment. Now, for some, this could mean that if you're single, you're meeting somebody from a whole different destination, okay? This is a traveler's card. This is a foreigner's card. This is meeting somebody that really stimulates your senses on all different levels and taking you outside of your everyday perceptions. And if you were never into a certain culture or a certain experience, all of a sudden you may be finding that you're really attracted to this, because it's going to be one that's a little bit of a challenge to bring you outside of your comfort zones, but in a good way. So in connection with what has fallen out, let's see what Spirit's got for you. Well, one of the things is that you've got the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords, the Star, the Three of Cups, Retrospect, which is the Hermit in reverse. We've got the King of Cups in reverse. We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse, and we've got the Knight of Cups sitting here, which is often referred to the husband or the lover or a male that's very significant in your life. So here we go. You may be finding yourself taking advantage of some very beautiful vibrations, beautiful celebrations within the home, the family, and areas of your life in which you can start to really focus instead of feeling like you're doing things on your own and obsessing or getting caught up in the dramas of situations. You might actually get out of that sense of feeling so lonely and have a more productive or social time with plans and goals sitting ahead of you. And you might be putting these into place up around about January, February next year anyway. Now, propositions are there. The opportunities are there. It's up to you. This is a chance for you to trust this. Now, you must also realize that there is quite a time in which you're going to be finding your focus is extensively on being happy and settled. So there may be decisions you need to make because of a partner in your life. There may be decisions you're making because of family in your life. But Spirit is saying it's not going to be worth all this bother and fuss and all these worries or concerns if you can't trust that everything's going to be okay. So Spirit says take advantage of this. You know, look at things. This could be a blessing in disguise, even though at the time you may not feel that it is. And this is births, pregnancy, children, fertility, time of new plans and goals, celebrations. This is a time to get out of that isolation and doubt. This is a time of stopping that obsessive compulsive behavior. This is a time in which to look at opportunities opportunities in which you can be able to have that independence back, a more advantageous time that you can really look at situations in your life and see it being more complete. I thank you so much for your beautiful time and energy, and I hope that you have enjoyed your Tarotscopes for the time of October 2018.